How many weights did we buy again? 40? I thought it was 36.
How about
40? And they're 100 pounds a piece? Wow. They're all nice and shiny though. So yesterday I was here not filming and I brought the truck in, started closing the door, and the chain fell off. And I was able to get the door closed partway, and then Dad came later and closed it all the way. But something has moved here, so this chain is now very loose.
Put a new chain on the other side too.
Oh, the wrong way. I got the bolts loose, so it needs to go up.
I'll get your chain replaced first.
Ooh, got a nice hammer here.
I've got plenty of piece
Right, there you go. You're good. This thing has an antenna on it. Do we have?
We have a remote if we can find it.
How long have we had remotes for?
It's probably right there hanging from the door opener.
That would be handy. You know how many times I've gotten out of the skid steer to walk into the shop to open the door this past week? Give her a shot.
Yeah. Snap back.
Okay, yell when to stop, if to stop.
Oh. Let's turn the circuit breaker back on.
Oh, yeah, that'd probably be.
Get the off again.
Now you ready?
Yeah. You ready to stop?
Hey.
It by itself, right?
Yep, I did not click anything. That,
Dang tight now.
that's good though, right? It's not quite as tight on this side. I can still see some daylight through the cracks. And yeah. We have not been. When the bifold door was brand new, was it good? I'm assuming it was.
Yeah. Here, open it up just a little bit.
It's, the past few years, this bifold door has given us a lot of trouble. Well, now that we got that door fixed, let's get this Highboy inside and start work on this one. So, a few videos ago, I worked on my brother's Highboy, got a bunch of stuff done to it, and then we hauled it down to the dealership because it's leaking antifreeze. They have not gotten to it yet, so I don't know any answers on that. But this one has an entire laundry list of things that need to be done. I love Highboys, but man, after you work on one for a while, it just kind of gets old. But let's see if this thing's gonna even start, because it's actually been pretty cold these past few days. It's been around 10 degrees, and this thing kind of sucks at starting. And it doesn't have a muffler yet, so it sounds pretty sweet when you first turn it on. Well, I think I figured out a potential issue here. The starter, where the battery connects to the starter, this little stud that comes out is copper, and it is absolutely stripped. And the problem is that this cable is too thick to like start a nut on. So what I think I'm gonna do is, there's enough threads here to put something on there. So I'm gonna weld two nuts together with a bolt on the top of it to extend this electrical connector, and that way I can bolt my starter or my battery back to the starter. Well, this morning when I woke up, this is something I was not expecting to deal with. First of all, I completely forgot about fixing the door. And then I spent all morning trying to get the Highboy started until I found that starter. And then I went for lunch. Now it's 1 o'clock and nothing's been moved. And I have to weld the two nuts together, and I'm going to take the bolt out and then weld the bolt to the end of it. I'll show you how it works when I'm done here. Hopefully my vision works out. Is it beautiful? No. Will it work? I hope so. Aha! I'm a genius. Look at that. Kind of ugly. But if it works, it works. We'll test her out right now. Good old Smoky. Look at the smoke cloud around that. I'm always amazed because like you can pull these newer tractors in the shop and let them run for like 20 minutes and you won't smell anything. This thing sits in the shop for about a minute and you're getting smoked out. Look at this. Like the whole shop's already filled. Oh, I like having working doors. So I feel like some of your genius is rubbing off on me. It's just mine usually tends to be a little bit more sketchy. So I figured out why this Highboy doesn't start worth the crap.
Okay.
The bolt that holds the battery cable onto the starter was stripped.
That could be a problem.
Yep, so there's a loose connection there because like whenever you turn it over, it's always really slow.
Sure.
So this is my solution.
You put another nut on?
Okay, it's a copper stud.
Yeah.
So I welded two nuts together and then welded a bolt to the end of those nuts, threaded the nuts onto the stud. So I extended the starter.
So it's working?
Yeah, started right up.
Okay. Could probably get a solenoid too.
But that's expensive. That was easy fix today.
Oh, well, you know what, if it's a problem from now on, you know what I'm guessing this isn't. And maybe you can't get solenoids anymore, right? Of course, that's probably that's a regular.
That is a 50-year-old
style solenoid.
Yeah. No, I was just pretty proud of myself. It's kind of sketchy. The weld job is very not good. Your welding clamp is terrible.
Yeah, no, it's a problem.
Yep. But it worked. Started right up after I did this. The first 5 times I tried, it was no luck.
Oh, you're right. It's a little sketchy.
Okay. Well, now we have
if there's a problem, you know what to fix. So.
Yeah. Well, now he's got to tackle the 30 other problems that we have with this Highboy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can this stay here for like a week?
I think so.
Okay, because I gotta start taking the cab apart.
Yeah. Well, if we have to,
we can drag it if we have to.
Drag it out. Somebody has to, right? I'm guessing there ain't gonna be much done while you're gone, and
yeah,
I'm gone. So
I have a snowmobile trip here coming up next week. Another one, but okay.
Can we put a new pump on here?
Yes, that pump was shot.
Okay. The other was on Chris's, so we put one on there too.
Yeah. Oh, we put a new pump on this, and then it ran dry for 5 minutes last year.
And I guess the old one ran dry quite a bit too.
Yeah, but it worked. So it ran dry during the winter because we were driving it around. We had it engaged. We didn't know it. And it worked fine all last year. So, I don't know.
Okay.
Probably okay. But yeah, that was just, I had to show you that.
What else does the old girl need?
The belt needs to be tightened. We need to take the tank and the saddle off and get all the crap out of there. Once the new muffler shows up, we got to put that on because I want to be able to hear.
He said he's coming. That's supposed to be coming.
I have no idea when that's supposed to be coming. I should probably call him.
Does that have a brace or something to hold it up there? Just don't look like it.
We can probably. The last one was just held on by a hose clamp, and I think that's why it fell off.
Maybe there's no other bracket that holds it up there.
I don't think there is. But we can probably figure something out. We can probably tie it in with the shield that we're getting. This one's not leaking anything. It was dry underneath it.
Yeah, they're getting their other one in today, hopefully, if it starts.
Okay.
Will it start?
It should. Unless the battery's dead, but I think they have a jump pack.
That's what I told them. I said it should start unless the battery.
And then half my lights work. I have a hydraulic leak in the cab.
The hydraulic leak in your cab is your big thing, right?
Yeah, kind of. That's one I got to tear the cab apart for. And then, so come over to this side. Last year, in order to spray in road gear, you close this up. I don't think we can do that because I blew this hose twice after you did that. So I think we have to open it. So this hose needs to be replaced. This one's blown right now. But I think we have to leave this a bit more open and go and drive a little slower.
We'll have to look at the hose too to see if it was a.
Oh, the first hose we put on was brand new and really nice.
Yeah.
This hose that
single braid or double braid?
I don't remember.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, maybe we can put double braid on, but this hose was stolen off of the hose on the boom and was not a very good hose to begin with. It did not get many acres on before it blew.
You don't have an overly big supply line coming in either, do you?
No? I mean, we did that last year.
Do we have a reason for doing that little? That's probably a little bigger than the other.
I think that's
like inch and a quarter, not an inch.
Well, I mean, we're not exactly doing 60-foot boom, 12.5 gallons per acre.
I like road gear.
I like road gear too, but if we can't do it, we can't. I would rather go slower and not have to blow hoses.
I think we had so much space trouble, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you had more volume get to it, you wouldn't be having to shut your agitation.
Oh.
Did we have troubles having space getting it all in there? That's probably what
I think that was probably what it was.
I don't know, going with a bigger hose from there to your tank probably wouldn't hurt anything. We're still getting restricted. I think that's what it was. Get that filter in there. We couldn't go 2-inch. I don't know if is that even 1.5 inches?
It works. I don't want more work. I just want to put it together and go spray.
I'm looking for the year we bring it in, we change oil,
and then drive it out. Someday that might happen.
The truth of the matter, these are going to be part of our lives for a long time. I'm afraid.
Yep. I think so.
Is that if you talked about that? The fungicide pays pretty well if you're not paying for $700,000.
Yeah, no, fungicide pays okay if you're not making payments on a sprayer, which we're not. So.
And you have cheap help.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna start tearing that cab apart. And last year I was having problems with only half my lights working. I just want to double check and verify that. I think I know what it is. Okay, well, both the bottoms work. Was it high beam? There was something wonky last year. Try high beam. Hey, Dad? Do you have any reason why half my lights didn't work last year and now they all work? I wonder if one of the wires that I was also connected to the starter was... Because last year I only had half my lights. Now they all work fine.
This whole wiring system is probably less complicated than one switch on the combine.
Yeah.
And yours is a lot simpler than Chris's because it had all the other crap added on.
I was kind of amazed. Chris's had 2 circuit breakers. Mine only has 1.
They had all that other stuff added on.
Interesting.
They were running all that other stuff.
Yeah, they had like the... What did they all have extra on there? He had like a foamer and like an... Didn't he have like an injection thing? And
Yeah, they were doing... Well, they didn't have a... Yeah, they had... I can't remember. They had a lot of extra stuff. And had a high test unit.
Beck's previously owned my brother's Highboy, and it was kind of their trial sprayer. Whipple's is way cooler though. It's kind of amazing how much stuff fits in a Highboy cab when you clean it out. But here's what I'm dealing with. So here's kind of like, let me get my flashlight quick. Low lighting and cameras are never. So here is the console on a Highboy. So I'm no longer using any of these hoses because I'm no longer using these valves or this pressure gauge, but I am using the hydraulics yet. And the hydraulics have a solid line that goes to right here. And I don't know how well you can see it, but it's pretty wet around here. So I'm gonna try starting it up and moving the hydraulics around and see if I can find any leaks in this area. Because last year I took it apart and I looked up here and it is a little bit wet up here, but I don't think the main leak's coming from up here. I think it's coming from down here. Found it right there, right on top. Hopefully it's a loose fitting. I think it is. There we go. Tightened it up, fixed it. That was, I thought that was gonna be the hardest thing of the Highboy. That was actually probably one of the easier things. Yeah, no, I tightened it a little bit. It didn't tighten very easily, but I played with the boom here for a solid minute and there's nothing coming out, so.
How hard is it to get in?
This sprayer is not bad.
I mean, the fitting that you...
That tightened?
Yeah.
Pretty, it's, you gotta take the center console apart and then take the seat off. A couple of years ago, if you would have asked me to do that, I wouldn't have any idea, but I've taken that cab apart so many times.
True.
I've gotten pretty good at it. So.
You're 50 years behind your time.
Yeah. I would have been the star Highboy mechanic back in the day. Quick little update on how our organization project's going. Making a lot of progress. It's been a little hard to make videos lately because we've been spending so much time getting this cleaned out, but like it's actually looking pretty good. We basically have that wall left, but everything else is out and organized over in the other shed. It's kind of nice having this space in here where we can actually do something now. Heck, we might even be able to start playing basketball again. Have some tournaments. And of course, much like Chris's Highboy, my Highboy also needs an MTG. So I 3D printed another power box, got a 3-pin amp connector in it. And I'm gonna run the wire, the extra wire, to run that through the center console here. So I run it through this hole on the side, pull it through there. And then this one's pretty easy. There's just this giant hole in the floor. You just put it down there, and then you go underneath the sprayer and grab it. There it is. And then you push it up through here, pull it down there, and then I'll just attach it right to where I made some modifications to the starter here earlier today. Okay, got that wired up right there. Have not put the MTG in the cab yet because I want to put the cab back together. But one of the other problems that I ran into this past year was my wiring harness for my GPS and my rate controller have to kind of go through right here on the outside, and the corn likes to hit it, and it actually started rubbing some of the wires bare. So I kind of got this duct tape job to try and hold it together for the last quarter of the season, but it's kind of falling apart. So I have a solution. I found, while cleaning out the north part of the shop here, I found this old kind of, what do you even call this type of hose, Dad? This bumblebee stuff, what? Suction hose. And just a short little worn out piece. So I'm gonna put these cables inside the suction hose and put that here, and that'll protect it pretty dang well. That's all connected. Got these wires protected from any corn that will be hitting it. And I got the cab put back together. And I got the hydraulic leak fixed for only actually working on the Highboy for three and a half hours. Pretty dang productive day. I mean, we're basically ready to go here. I don't have the actual MTG plugged in yet. I just got the box wired up. I gotta stick it on the side yet, but pretty proud of myself for getting it actually running at 1 o'clock, and it's currently 4:50. Feel pretty good about this. I've gotten really good at taking apart this Highboy cab, putting it back together. That was that camera, don't worry about it. Basically, I take all these bolts off, front or the top and both sides, and then you gotta take the throttle off, and then you gotta take the key out to get it all taken apart, and then you gotta take the seat out too. The first time I did it, it took me like a day just to get it apart, but now I can take it apart pretty fast. And then while I was doing that, our truck threw a water pump, so that's in here now. I want to have a week where we don't have anything break. That'd be great. Okay, I'm gonna leave it off here. We have more work to do on this here in the next couple weeks, but for this video, I'm gonna call it. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.